Professor Stephen Hopper came up with, and his disciples call it the Hoppergram.
The Hoppergram.
Yeah, so you can see, let's start with the leaves. The difference between
Oh, and so this was the
hybrid.
That's the hybrid.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll go through the names.
That's Desmondensis.
Yes.
And that's Occidentalis.
And this is the hybrid in between.
Yep.
That's called.
It doesn't have a name.
Ah.
And is this
No,
fertile?
Hybrids don't. Hybrids don't.
And so when you write it, you do the cross.
Yeah. Desmondensis times Occidentalis.
Yep.
So this is fertile and reproducing and doing its own thing. It's not like a
Don't
sterile,
know.
is it? It's
I'm not sure. I have collected seeds, and I have I germinated some, I think, but because I'm not here, so things, if they're not looked after properly, don't have much of a chance. So I haven't actually tested that, whether it is they are fertile or not. So you can look at the leaves.
Here's the Hoppergram. So you can see really clearly that those leaves.
Yes.
You can see really clearly that those leaves move along in a sequence. That's a nice visual sequence, isn't it?
And then if you look at the fruit, I'll break that one. That one. That one, and
Wow. That's fantastic. Hoppergram.
so the difference between, I mean, this is, even though we didn't search a great deal for the perfect samples, so even these are sufficient to tell the story of the difference between the peduncles. You know, that's a halfway
moved.
between.
That's moved quite a lot, hasn't it? Because that's quite round on the Occidentalis.
Yeah.
And then
That's
on
quite
the
flat.
And that's quite flat.
You could even argue that it's obviously shorter.
Yes. And then this one's a bit in between.
Yep.
Wow, it's so good.
And we don't have.
And it's wonderfully simple. I love these clear, simple lessons that are so visual.
Yes. We won't rip that apart, but I'm sure we'll find better
yes, and
samples
look at the
today. But
difference
even
there.
that, I mean, that one's not in flower, but it is.
That's incredible. Oh, and the buds. Can we pick the buds out and see?
A key identifier, yes. It's hard to think when you've got a mask on.
I agree.
That's what we say at school. I can't hear you, I've got my mask on. Perfect. Look at that. And now an expert will be able to rattle off how many fruit you would find, or how many flowers in the fluorescence. The fluorescence. But I'd have to look that up.
Yep.
But
how superb.
You know, obviously that there's quite a few in that cluster as there are there, and as there are there, but the actual numbers.
Similar,
and you know that
their numbers.
You know that they're all in odd numbers.
Oh, I didn't know they were odd numbers.
Yes.
I know some of them come central and then around.
Yeah.
And some don't. But
The
I
buds,
didn't
do you
know.
mean? The
fruiting.
inflorescence.
Yes.
Inflorescence.
But I didn't know they always come in odd numbers.
Yes, they do.
Oh, fantastic. Ah, that was such a fun lesson. I
There you
loved
go.
it.
So you can take Occidental, Desmondensis with you because you want that. And
Yep.
I would suggest that we
Isn't
actually...
this one on the list?
No,
It's not on the list.
as common as
Ah, okay.
But the hybriding
the
is just
hybrid.
endemic, obviously, to here
Yes.
because this is endemic to here.
That's right. Yeah, well,
So-
I only know of 4 plants.
Mm.
Wow.